with our conflict of interest statement. As the Surrey County Board of Elections, we have a duty to avoid conflicts or appearances of conflicts of interest. If any board member have any known conflict or interest or any appearance of a conflict with respect to any matters coming before our board today. If so, please identify the conflict or the appearance of conflict and refrain from any participation in that particular matter. We have our minutes from our May 7th absentee board meeting for approval in front of you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes of May 7th as read.
We have a motion to approve our minutes from our May 7th absentee board meeting. Is there a second? We have a second. Is there any discussion on the minutes? If not, all those in favor of approval of our meeting minutes of May 7th, please say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. We have our public forum opened. Is there anyone present or online that wishes to speak to the Board of Elections on any matter that they have concern with? Cindy is shaking her head. Before I close the public forum, just for the record and online for future audiences and such that might be looking, I'd like to just go over our adopted meeting protocol and rules of the forum that we approved back last year in July. Just have it on record so that for persons viewing will have this in mind, that we do have a protocol and rules. Civil respect and courteous discourse and behavior are conducive to the democratic and harmonious airing of concerns and decision making, and uncivil discourse and or discourteous or inappropriate behavior have a negative impact on the character and productivity of the decision making process. To preserve the intent of open government and maintain a positive environment for citizens' input and board decision-making, the following meeting protocols and rules of decorum have been adopted. Compliance with the meeting protocol is expected and appreciated. A printed version of the protocol is available. We encourage citizens to familiarize themselves with the protocol prior to offering public comment. Public engagement is encouraged and will be listed as an agenda item on every county board elections meeting. The public comment period will be at the first of the meeting after the approval of the minutes of the last meeting. The chairman will open the public comment period by announcing the allotted time for the comment period and for the individual speakers. Each individual comment will be given up to 3 minutes to be heard. Please give your name, phone number, and the item you wish to be addressing. The public comment period will not be used to air personal grievances, make political endorsements, or for political campaign purposes, nor to discuss matters which are the subject of public hearing. Speakers shall address all comments to the board as a whole and not to individual members. Discussion between speakers and persons in the audience will not be allowed. This time is for receipt of public comment, not debate. The elections director or board members will not enter into a dialogue with citizens. Questions from the director or the board will be for clarification purposes only. Public comment will not be used as a time for problem solving or reacting to comments made, but rather for hearing the citizens' comments for informational purposes only. Thank you. This time, I'd like to close the public comment period for our meeting. That moves us to absentee ballot.
Our statistics for this meeting are, we have 88 civilian ballots not returned, 1 military and 1 overseas, for a total of 90 not returned. Ballots returned not okay is 1 civilian. Ballots returned okay, we have 45 civilian and 2 military, for a total of 47. The grand total is 138 for the period. We have 12 that are recommend approval today.
Okay. How many did you say you had?
12.
12.
And then just to let the board know, the one at the bottom of the stack, this individual, oh, yeah, he only got 1 witness the first time, so we foiled and reissued, so I was glad to see his came out.
Okay.
So I will start them here for you.
Thank you.
The minutes go around, I'm sorry, to be signed.
I'm sorry, I did not.
That's
put the
all right.
plan.
That's okay.
Let me go ahead and do that first of all.
It's 2 sheets. I'm sorry, I didn't do front and back as. Going to rock. Charlotte said it. You go ahead. You sure? You know, I can understand that. Wasn't meant to be today. Thank you.
license being expired on that. She was over the age, so
Mhm.
that
Yeah, it's acceptable.
this confirmed.
Made their mark as well, so that.
Yeah.
Sir?
Good.
And we did have a public records request that we fulfilled Friday, I think, but it was all strictly to do with photo ID exception forms and anything related to photo ID from the last primary. So we've already fulfilled one for, I can just imagine what November will hold
So this was for 2022
for the last, no,
No,
the
what?
March primary.
for the March month. Hmm.
There'll be more of those. I'll go ahead and open these. If a couple of a bipartisan team wants to go verify everything in Sydney.
Look,
I think we had the good fortune of having the machine right behind us.
Just turned around, didn't we?
We were in good shape.
The last was 289,853, 29853, and 29853, so it closed up. That's on that end. And
I'll try it another way.
was, 289,860. 191,181, and 191,182.
thanks, Jimmy. Thank you, Lou.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, the light. He just, yeah, right? If y'all don't care, this is the report from the last meeting, taken into account. The one you all voted on to approve. Yeah, uh-huh.
It just does not like me.
Oh, that's the deal. I didn't take it. It looks like. Let's try one more way. Turn it that way. This is the configuration report for today. Yay. Try every direction just to make sure. Robert, what does your total say now? 37? 37. Okay. It's 35 to begin with. We have had 35 absentee by mail and then 297 to early vote. So we did surpass the 250. I'm shocked. I was hoping we'd get 3 more, make it a.
So we're hitting about 1%.
Actually not, because see, not all are eligible. It's about.
Well, I was
0.5%.
thinking about registered Republicans and unaffiliated. And there'd be a small number of unaffiliated, I would think. So
That are eligible.
that are eligible.
Mhm. There's actually more unaffiliated that are eligible than not,
Okay.
because more unaffiliated in Surrey pick Republican than
And the lean
Democrat.
conservative vote. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still,
It's low.
low.
So,
It's gonna have to be a lot of voting tomorrow
Are we
if we
even-
want to
are we
even
even-
get up to 6 or 7%.
Yeah. I mean, were you even hitting 2% yet? I don't think so.
But you know, except for Scythe only did a little over 300 early vote.
Forsyth County?
Seriously? Sure did. But then again, there may be more Democrat too. You know, eligibility might be lower, but still, I thought that was.
oh, but there's a lot.
There's
of
got-
Republicans
yeah.
in Forsyth.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, once you get outside Winston-Salem into the county,
Yeah.
it tends to, just like here, I mean, it's.
Well, I was sort of
There's-
shocked. I thought we were doing pretty good then.
That's-
That's a.
Considering
That's,
that,
that's discouraging.
For the local candidate.
yeah, with Jim O'Neill being a resident,
That's a bad.
that doesn't, yeah.
I would think. The
He's-
weather calls for rain tomorrow.
Oh,
It
of
does
course.
75%
Of course.
chance.
I'll be here to vote no matter what.
I hadn't even seen the weather. I hadn't seen the weather. That is,
Yeah, it's supposed to be stormy too, possibly
Oh,
tomorrow.
Well,
continuing to Wednesday.
Yeah, when we're picking up equipment, just like it did
oh,
after the primary.
gosh,
Got bank on it.
no more entries this time.
That's
No
speaking
more,
of that-
no.
Speaking of that, how is your
Thank you. He's doing
your
good.
dear?
He's doing very good. Doing real good. Drove himself to Monroe, North Carolina today.
Monroe, that's a long distance.
Janssen's playing in the state golf
Oh,
playoff.
I miss it.
Ah.
Somebody should have taken it.
Well, he wasn't gonna miss it, so he
I was gonna say,
he drove.
yeah.
He
Better today
drove.
than
Let me
you-
say this, he drove. You better be doing that. This one better be down.
It's
Ah.
good. You don't, it's good. You don't have to roll down your window and do hand signals. Sitting before you.
Now, what are they in?
But I don't
Are
know how
they
he's opening
3A
his
or
door.
4A? Or North Surrey?
North Surrey's
Two.
2A.
2A.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so
And Jansen's class is smaller. Seaver's class was large. Is that all of them, Robin? Did it take them all? Okay, what's your total?
47.
47. All right, that's what we banking on. It's good. That's good. 35 plus 12.
Math is cooperating.
And Robin, can I get you to read me? Do you have your glasses?
Mm-hmm.
You better borrow mine.
Got 'em on me.
Okay.
Oh, I got us.
Yeah, she got us these.
We
So,
can keep up with it.
read me that machine ID number, if you will. It's the little bitty under the rock. The little bitty label under the rock. DS something, yeah.
DS 0319 330892.
Thank you, ma'am. And then you got the seal numbers. Let's see, at the top. The seal from the lid. Right here, that's good. Okay, it is. That's needed. Thank you.
Before I walk back in.
Okay. All right, and then these are the two reports that match up to what we just did. Sammy working tomorrow. She's on. Long Hill.
No, she's not on the left.
And she's. Oh, it would be here.
I don't.
No, yeah, people are everywhere for this election.
Yeah. That's
It has to move them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney has had a lot. It's last Thursday, Friday.
Back out.
Good. But we've had to move. Do some switcheroo. Yeah, thank you. There's blood all on the outside of that envelope too. I'm gonna take a paper cut and get these. Oh, yeah, you don't do those. I don't know why. I think I changed the date on that because every time I just.
Good tomorrow.
Sorry.
Your son was in the paper a few weeks ago, wasn't he? Had a,
Who was?
your son
Oh,
in sports.
was he? I don't know.
I thought it might have been a month ago to the, you ain't seen it lately? His name,
I didn't see it.
somebody would have mentioned it.
Usually my mom will keep me.
Do your parents go to his games?
They didn't go today, but normally they do, yeah.
Good.
Well, my mom doesn't, but my dad does.
$300 and for second.
What'd you say, Sydney, 300 and what per side? Oh, was it 4?
Well, even
Still.
Still.
It's all relative.
It should be double what we,
I start to say, anything shy of 1,000 is shocking to me.
yeah. Yeah, it should double.
How'd you find
That's
that
just-
out?
Leaks. I mean,
It's just
No,
disappointing.
no.
Out
Linda.
for our right in the process itself. I just,
Yep,
Think you ought to look at.
Well, that's that
that
number.
would have been.
Think about it. That's that number for both of those candidates.
That would have been the
Oh,
important thing to
exactly.
tell us.
it makes, I mean, it's bad all the way around. It's just. But all you can do is commend the people that did exercise their right to vote, get out there and try to make a difference, but.
You would think with one of them native son. That's the
Yeah.
thing that's shocking about it. Coming from that county.
When they have these little when they cause the entire state to have lesser known primaries, might ought to look at making some people pay, you know?
Mm.
I mean, millions of dollars,
Oh, definitely.
millions and millions.
Well, that's the thought, a lot of thought behind the ranked choice.
Yeah, ranked
Deal.
choice voting. Yeah.
And what was it I learned in the interview
Thank you.
with the elections director, Tim, from Topeka? They did a lot of consolidation of county.
You can do,
Of precincts.
Precincts.
you can do that, but we want to keep confusion down ahead of a general. I'd hate to tell somebody, oh, just for this election, you're being moved from Marsh to Dobson combined. And then them keep that straight for November.
Yeah, and they could blame you and.
Would blame you.
And say that we disenfranchised them.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And sometimes in bigger cities, they do move their precincts more often, so. I don't know.
Well, that could be 2 blocks this way or 2 blocks that way.
That's true.
City.
Yep.
Out here, you're talking about going
5
15
miles.
miles maybe. No telling.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, you have got the business.
You need a team for closing.
If y'all haven't, sorry, Rouse and Jared, if y'all haven't seen the closing count yet.
We said it, but we might need a, team to look at it. Y'all make sure Robin's telling the truth.
Go ahead and flip flops while we're at it. We need to touch those. So
Yeah, they haven't been touched.
289-853 and 289-852.
Well, no, that's such.
And she told you number 47 for public county. That's your one up. And then we'll do the top seal of 289-859. 289-859 and leave the other two, which is
Karen's still here.
191-18.
Just
And 191.
Aggravated.
Yeah, pretty bad.
I'd say.
Goes back, day after tomorrow and get the stitches out. About, 16, 17 stitches in 2 different places. Yeah,
She has been through so much.
uncovered it, it wound up being a lot more than what,
Mhm.
Oh my.
some in her hand and then all of it, so. She is taking advantage, the email or text you. She-
She's a smart woman. Yeah.
She's on the brain.
Maybe trained.
Yeah, if
I
we're
wouldn't
ready
go that
to,
far, but
we're ready to close out the absentee ballot portion of our meeting, move on to other business. May have a item to discuss that later that I think tomorrow might be too early consideration, but at Canvas, we may take up the item for a vote. And that is for our pilot mountain precinct, which is presently at Armfield Center. And, Michelle, I'll let you go into what you've run into and what we may need to do in consideration.
For the primary, when Sydney was doing the final coordination of delivery of equipment, they're usually like second or third on the route, the pilot precinct. Well, they got there, and they were told, oh no, you all can't come back until like after 4 is set up. But then they had to, the route is done in a certain way
Right.
to make the best use of your time. So that put them to doing everything and then having to go back to pilot for the primary. We did that. This time, same thing, but we knew ahead of time to go, not to be there until 4. Change the whole route but knew ahead of time. We got there at 4 today and, our stuff was moved into the snack bar area because they're having a commissioners meeting there tonight that we were not made aware of whatsoever. So, I'm concerned about, we're not able to get in the room when we need to. You've got, see, our folks, our rover, Martha is a rover tomorrow. She's gonna be working at 5:30 in the morning until probably 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. George is the chief judge tomorrow. He was also on that truck today. We only have 2 trucks. And he is also gonna be getting up at 3:30 because he's working out precinct tomorrow. And, you know, it's just not fair for the schedule to be off that much. And then that puts the poll workers tonight setting up that precinct after 8:30, after the board commissioners meeting.
And it could go longer.
And who knows, that, you never
You
know.
never know.
What if they have closed session? I mean, I don't know, but,
Right.
so it's it's just not working out, I don't think, as it was intended at one time, so. We did tour the rescue squad and there is great potential there. For sure, for having that to be an election day precinct, if the board would like for us to look into. You know, we've already done one ADA survey, we'll have to do it again because of all the improvements, but no question, it would be improved, there's plenty of parking. I think with the improvements and the additions, it's even more, it'd be an even better setup for us. You have a covered area at the front, so you wouldn't have to rent the tent for early voting, you know, and then that could be there for election day too, so. But since it changed hands and the town now owns it, it's just been a different.
Hmm.
It's been different than it was
Yeah.
before on communication.
Go a little bit on the sideline, with them going in there tonight, will they need to be there before the commissioners meeting closes so that they'll have access to the snack bar, or is that gonna be a locked area
Mhm.
that,
No, it's not locked.
okay,
It's not locked. That is,
The snack bar is locked? I thought you said it wasn't secure.
No, it is secure. That's why they put them there instead of putting them like in the corner of the room.
But it's in the snack bar till the meeting's over, then it's gonna be pulled out and put into the room.
so will our people have the keys to the snack bar in the morning setting up?
No, they're gonna set up tonight.
Okay,
Will they need to be there then before
yes.
they close out?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and
And there'll be
Sydney's,
somebody there with the key to the snack bar.
Oh, yeah.
well, I don't know, I hope so. Well, Sydney's gonna go back down, tonight. To make sure. Jessica is at Rockford right now. We've had a lot of moving pieces and people in the last few days that this election, I think because it's the second primary, maybe everyone didn't take it serious to their commitment. So we've had a lot of moving and stuff going on. So Jessica has gone to help set up the Rockford precinct because she only had one other person. But anyway, back to Paula.
if we were to move it, would it be viewed as moving it into a better location and better situation
Yes.
all the way around? And for our citizens also?
Mhm. I would definitely think, I know that if they did grant us permission, we did get to use it. And if it is owned by the town now, then it's more in the mix than ever. But I do feel like the equipment could be put in and then that's it. There's no,
Not have to touch it, so the
Right.
security
It's such a-
aspect would be better.
it's a big area. Of course, Sydney and I weren't in there when there's no furniture. There's still a lot of construction that was going on. So I don't know what room we would be in. Now, we did see where we were before, and, you know, that would still be fine. But I think there's more opportunities, the way he described how this building would be when it was finished.
Sounds
There's
like,
3 bays now at the front left that wasn't there. They built that whole addition on.
right.
So even if they had us in there, it would be great. I think there's just a lot of rooms inside that there's opportunity for.
I mean,
And
on the surface,
probably
it sounds like a better location all the way around.
better parking.
Anyway,
Good parking, and
okay, no,
if it's in an early voting site, you're naturally gonna have people go there on election day.
Yeah.
Just confusion.
consistency.
So if it's the same site, that's a plus.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Is there anything that would prevent us from looking at it or considering it?
Not that I can see, and especially again, if Pilot owns that as well. I don't know, but we give money, the county gives money to the rescue squad, so they get tax dollars.
From all of us.
Sydney, you have contact information for the rescue squad to be able to talk to them, certainly not tomorrow, but here within the next week to get a confirmation or even visit it before canvas to confirm that it could be utilized. Very good. I think with the opportunity of moving, which of course would require sending out notices to the voters in that precinct 90 days before the general election. I think we need to consider, possibly at our canvas meeting under other business, and with what Sydney might bring to that meeting, confirming that we would be able to utilize the rescue squad, that we consider that. And we have time between now and canvas to listen what we would have as far as making a decision at that time. But certainly if we have any further discussion today or any further ideas, but,
Parking's great, and it goes all the way, it's both sides and around the back,
Mhm.
and it goes all the way to the road, actually. They've got a huge grass area for signs, for campaigning and stuff like that.
it has
ADA,
worked.
not an issue.
ADA is not going to be an issue. It wasn't before the improvements, and the improvements have just made that even better.
Right.
Good.
Well, much better. Lighting's better because, it was home lighting.
Mhm.
In the event of call out, the rescue squad during election.
Well, we have to take that into account, so that's why they would probably not want us to use the base. We could, use some of the rooms. I don't know, I guess it would be up in the air. We'll see how, they've been very good about, us being in there for early voting. And when we called them back for the last election, we were glad that they took our call. Cause we just used them for the first time in 2022. It was such a good site.
I think the chairman's on the right path.
Mhm.
We owe it to the citizens and ourselves as a body, to find a better place, check out the rescue squad.
Agree.
I can remember that we were excited to be able to get that facility
Mhm.
2 years ago.
Oh, it's an actual practice pilot's hard to find.
Oh, the
Adequate
school board,
facilities.
I know staff was, and I remember the full board at that time was excited to be able to get that
Mhm.
facility there.
We've sort of played a hopscotch around with different locations in the past, even using whenever the town had vacated their former
Police department.
prison, the
Yeah.
police department, that we utilized that, then now we're
There's no parking there.
what was in the basement of the library and on field. I think we need to find a place that we can put the anchor out and permanent secure
Yes.
the location permanently.
Agreed.
And glad to hear that the rescue squad administration is, or they had been
Happy.
conducive to having us there. I think we had gone in and changed some
We
lighting.
did lighting and some door locks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we'll be able to think about that item until our canvas meeting. And, that'll give staff time to vet that location.
That's all I have. Just, like I said, moving people around and trying to get coverage. And what we do have for tomorrow is 3 people per precinct. We've just, the judge and a bipartisan team. 2 laptops, so 1 main check-in station and a backup. There's only 1 ballot style, so there's no need for handheld scanners or anything. So
Simplicity tomorrow.
simplicity tomorrow. It was all laid out all pretty. Then we've had to do some scratching out and move in.
That happens with the best
That's
plans.
a live document, a living document forever, that
Exactly.
coworker chart.
Appreciate the staff being able to work that out, and get everyone in place under the circumstances. Is there anything from you all, staff? Anything from the board that needs to be brought up and discussed under other business?
I do want to ask one question. I think our canvas is on, what is it, Friday, May 24th? Is that correct? I look back at my prior calendars before one of our canvases at one of our elections. We had a meeting on the day prior to one of our canvases for some reason. Don't even know now what that was for.
Supplemental.
Do we have a meeting also on the 23rd?
We do, at 5 o'clock, supplemental absentee.
Make sure that I've got my calendar correct and check. I'm not adding or subtracting anything off of my calendar that I should or shouldn't.
It'll be at 5 and that will be for any absentees that come in election day, tomorrow, and the provisional.
We meet on both the 23rd and the 24th.
I didn't have the 23rd.
I thought I remembered it. We maybe some had missed on the 23rd before.
Okay.
One time, or on the day before.
Mhm.
And my apology, again, what time on the 23rd?
5.
5.
Mhm.
Friday,
canvas.
11.
Friday at 11,
Yeah.
yep, okay, for canvas. And for the 23rd and 24th, we're gonna be here, then we're gonna have to move over there because the online school has graduation here. They have practice on the 23rd and the graduation's at 3 o'clock on the 24th in this room. So
Does that give them adequate time for switching over? or
Well,
changing?
the room's gonna be set up for graduation, so we might have to have our layout just a little bit different, but, yeah.
Anybody, we can just go to
Well,
our meeting.
I said we might just have to do our meeting room and we'll have the hall open if anyone visiting wants to sit and watch, but then Sydney can still do it, record it in there. So that might be our better option so we can stay stationary. And for this one, I really don't think there'll be a lot of visitors anyway, so
The canvas.
we could do canvas in there too, honestly.
It would be small.
It would be wonderful to have a place that's just set up.
I think it should probably work fine. This,
Maybe we could work towards that, hopefully. Okay,
And I'll get with you on
on that. after-
what I find out, yeah.
Okay. Anything else that board may offer? Okay,
And I do want to mention too, our poll worker, who did have the concerns about, the disabilities and, people assisting. After the last information I sent, he said, great, thank you for the clarification. So I think we're good there. And that precinct worker is working this election too.
hopefully everything would work out for anyone coming in that has a disability that either they can be accommodated or reasoning can be held. Okay. Everything is through for this meeting. I'd seek a motion to adjourn. Somebody
Chair,
wants to adjourn.
Make a motion that this meeting be adjourned.
We have a motion for adjournment. Second.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.